Rattue, well done Etene. Don't waste your career with the rotten Warriors. Rattue, well done Etene. Don't waste your career with the rotten Warriors. He's the hottest property in the football codes, with more relatives in high places than Donald Trump. But with the world at his feet, did Etene Rattue almost succumb to a moment of temporary madness? Rattue was faced with one of the easiest choices in New Zealand sport. On one hand, the Etene college student was a schoolboy rugby union star and thus in the pipeline which leads to the world champion All Blacks. On the other hand, he was wanted by the Auckland Warriors, the loser league outfit. This is like being offered fresh snapper or a box of fish fingers. Rattue initially grabbed the fish fingers. It would be interesting to know exactly what led to his extraordinary decision to sign some sort of long-term deal with the Warriors at the age of 15. Does Rattue, whose famous footy relatives include Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, Tim Nanai Williams and Melanie Nanai, have sadomasochist tendencies? Never mind. The 18-year-old is already attempting to back out of his league deal, and has revitalised his rugby career by playing for the New Zealand Sevens in Sydney. Bye-bye league means hello court case. Well, that's what the Warriors seem to reckon, and in more for anyone prepared to take on the arrogant national rugby body. Without getting into the legal argument, here's a more important bigger picture. If the Warriors were a club which had built up respect, they wouldn't get themselves in these jams. Nearly 3 decades of mainly rubbish performances on and off the field have turned them into such a doormat that getting Rattue's signature in the first place, no matter how tenuous his league commitment has turned out to be, must be seen as a shock. Here is my serious and heartfelt recommendation to any outstanding young football player who is considering joining the Warriors: don't. If you are a journeyman with nowhere else to, by all means give it a crack. But not if you are great with talent above the norm. Either go with the rugby option, or learn to play rugby league with a proper club in Australia, then come back to NZ when the price and timing is right. In 23 years of often woeful Warriors football, I would argue that only one homegrown player, the remarkable Simon Mannering, has played up to or beyond his potential at the Warriors. Logan Swan might also belong in that category. There may be a couple of others, but to use a cricket term, the conversion rate is somewhere between poor and disastrous. So many others, Ali Loititi, Ben Matulino et al., ultimately fell short, even though they enjoyed a few good years. With all due respect, I would even include the great Stacey Jones in that. A top Aussie club would certainly have demanded Jones become a better defender, whereas his exalted status at the Warriors excused him from fully fronting up in that regard. Furthermore, in the sad and frustrating history of the Warriors, even the big-name recruits have failed. The amazing Steve Price was one guy who overachieved, and the Braveheart Michael Luck should never be forgotten. But the long-term success stories end about there, a situation summed up by the premature departure of 5'8" James Maloney, who represented a stunning bit of recruitment and development gone sadly wrong. As for the Chiefs-bound Etene Rattue, he's seen the light, and will almost certainly enjoy a lucky escape. Silence of the Lambs. But maybe not anymore. fantastic to hear a New Zealand rugby player actually say something interesting and or question the status quo. Hats off to Portia Woodman, who says the New Zealand leg of the World Sevens should include a women's tournament. The last player prepared to stand up for anything was probably Justin Marshall, and he quit playing here over a decade ago. What are the odds do you think that Woodman, who may be the first household name in women's rugby, will get a call from Rugby HQ, suggesting strongly that she direct her concerns through private channels in future? All for the good of the game, you understand, and nothing to do with giving those at the top an easy ride. Congratulations to World Darts, for removing the walk-on girls from their major televised events. All sports cheerleaders and their ilk should go the same way. The whole cheerleading bit so is demeaning, including for those of us who have to watch it. Walk-on parts for pretty girls is a sexist business of objectification, that relegates women to a degrading role which says they are only good for their looks. There is a lot of skill involved in cheerleading, but the real reason cheerleaders still exist is the vast amount of skin on show. In other words, it is a lie. They are simply there to glorify the male players and titillate the crowd. Women are portrayed as subservient, in a very public way. It's very embarrassing for sport. If people really want to watch cheerleading, they can go to cheerleading competitions. And if professional sport is so wedded to the art of cheerleading, get a load of young blokes to perform the tricks and see how long it lasts.